And we are live. First time ever, but there's some technical difficulties with the camera then, but we are sorted. So, we are now live and we have brought you today something, again, brand spanking new. Today is the LK58. This is from Jing, Gong. We're going to do a few new products this week, so if there's anything that you're expecting or been looking forward to coming out, or there's something that's not on the website, drop us a message, and if it's on the way in, we'll bring it out for the live stream. So anything that we do on the live stream will be hitting the website very, very soon. So this is the JG3000 LK58. It has very, very similarities and is probably the predecessor to the SLR, similar to the FAL and everything like that. Very, very cool little platform. Probably short enough to run CQB, but slightly different. It obviously has the full stock. It is set in its length and everything like that. So we'll go through a few bits and bats of it, what it's capable of, its features, and probably why you want to add one to your collection. So off the bat, as standard, this does have a 14mm counterclockwise front end, so you can put all your accessories that you want on there. Just make sure if there are any grub screws on there, the grub screw is fully removed, because if you try and take the flash hider off with the grub screw still inserted, you are going to destroy your threads, and it's going to be pretty useless, and you're not going to be able to fit anything back onto it. Underneath that, we have one of the sling points. There's another. These do spin 360. They are swivel sling points. The one on the front is just on the barrel and rotates backwards and forwards. The one on the back swivels 360. So they are quite good. Very, very sort of slightly limiting on the type of slings that you can put on there. But again, 2-point sling, you're going to have a decent amount of time with this. You can also... KWA TK45 Restock. Currently don't know. I don't think we've got any of the TK45s on order. They are out with supplier, so it is going to be at least a couple of weeks as far as I'm aware. But if you hit the email back in stock button, that is the fastest way to get a response of when something lands with us. If we know something is being delivered, us to answer you is still going to be slower than just hitting that email back in stock. The fastest way to get an answer is to wait for it to hit the shelves. As soon as it hits our warehouse, you'll get an email and a link. You can jump on there and get it straight away. There's no other faster way, to be honest. Coming back to the features on this. So there is a front iron sight and a rear iron sight. The front iron sight is fixed in place. The rear iron sight has two different apertures, a large and a small, representing day and night. You're probably just going to leave it on the wider one because it's just easy to see through. And using the day sights on Airsoft, it's going to be very, very difficult to get a good target acquisition through it. Plastic front handguard, very, very simple. Probably going to stay on because this is rear wired, so you're not going to need to remove this for any reason. You can get other variants that have different front ends, but I think this looks really cool with the sort of retro style look to it. But there are some that have been front wide in the past, and it can be a bit of a pain getting the front end off when you're trying to change your batteries, and it means the battery compartment can be quite small. Counter to that, on this one, the battery compartment is in the stock, meaning it's very, very easy to just click the back end down. So all you need to do, click that down, comes off, and you can get into your battery compartment with a mini Tamiya. The hole in there will fit a block style battery. Best for this is maybe a 7.4 stick style. It is quite a long tube in there, so you're going to be able to get a decent sized battery in there and run for a long, long time. The rail on the top of here, plenty of space for optics, accessories, anything like that. I'd probably, personally, if I was going to run this, I'd probably stick to like a dot sight or a holographic, something like a T1. Maybe a magnifier if you are playing outdoors and you want to just have that little bit of extra visibility. Bringing the charging handle back, we do find a very easy to access rotary hop. You'll probably even be able to adjust this with gloves on. The spacing in there, very, very easy to get hold of, super easy to adjust. Adjust it on the fly, plink another couple of shots, and you're good to go. Sam, is it proprietary mags? It is LK58 mags, so they are proprietary to this platform, but they are not proprietary to this brand. There are other variants of this mag around, but yes, sort of we'll call it semi-proprietary. So very much like an M4 doesn't fit in a G36, this has a style of magazine that is widely available. They're not that hard to find, and we will have spare ones. Speaking of the mag, It's very similar to like your AK style magazines or G36s. The front drops in first and then rolls into place, and the magazine release is just behind the mag and it rolls forward and comes out. Very, very easy to get in and out, and it is a 500 round magazine as well. Steve had a JG551 once. Have they improved them internally? These are, again, it is a basic platform, so you're going to have basic gear set, a basic gearbox. They're going to run, basically, depending how many rounds you put through them, it depends how long they're going to last. Using them once or twice a week, you're going to be totally fine. If you chuck 15,000 rounds through them on a weekend, it's going to wear out a bit faster, but having this on the range, the air seal feels really, really nice. Accuracy is really, really nice. There's not too much screech to it. That having this one on the range, it does feel really, really nice compared to previous ones that we've seen in the past. Coming to, sorry, I was talking about the mag. So it is a 500 round high capacity magazine. Matt Armitage, any mid caps? I do believe mid caps are available for this. I don't think we have them in yet, but we will endeavour to make sure that we get them in. But currently, the high caps are the only ones that come with it. So with the high cap, once it's loading this up, open the door. So you just basically pour BBs into here, close it up, and wind the magazine so it's primed. What we have seen, especially on game days and stuff with new players, what they'll do is they'll rotate the riff over and rotate it like this, just so they can try and see it. Make sure the magazine stays vertical when you are winding it, otherwise it doesn't prime them properly. You don't get as many rounds out of it. Coming to other controls on this, the fire selector is on the left-hand side, so you have safe, semi, and full auto. There are some other mock controls on it, so I believe next to the magazine at the back is the bolt release, and there's one at the back here that are just purely for aesthetic purposes. Coming to a few other features on it. I mean, it is quite a heavy bit of kit. It's not... Hugh on YouTube. Shame it'll never come with a folding stock and a metal front raise or longer handguard, by the way. I understand the evolution of the N16. The evolution of the N16 is selling well. Are there any other retros? You used to be able to... I think you can still get one of these that has a folding stock. It's just not this model. So we've just got this one in, but there is a folding stock variant of this. And as I was saying, the handguard is plastic and very easy to get off if you wanted to source the metal front handguard. Totally easy to do. The rest of it is metal. The receiver's metal. All the controls are metal. It's just the stock and handguard that are plastic on this. So it was talking about the M16. Yes, very, very popular for retro. I know some people aren't overly fan on something being almost a meter long. So this is a little bit shorter. So it's about 83 centimeters in length. So front end wise, you're going to be able to cut around CQB quite easily with this. Obviously, the stock's not adjustable at all, but again, your stock's not the thing that you adjust when you're in CQB. It's the front end being shorter makes it easier to get through doorways and round corners. It does have a 6.08 millimeter bore in a barrel, and it is 300 mil in length. So if you're wanting to get yourself a tight bore, you need a 300 mil to sort of creep this thing up a little bit of accuracy. Again, it is coming out the box at about 340 FPS, so if you did get one of these and want to put a tight bore in it, just be aware it could squeeze that FPS up a little bit and be knocking on the door of the 350, which some people look for. Personally, I prefer to sit around 330, and it is very, very cool. So gearbox wise, it is a version 3, standard version 3 gearbox, so you still have standard trigger contacts, a standard motor, version 3 gearbox. So if you're looking at any of the MOSFETs for future upgrades, you can get, there's gate titans and everything like that fit in version 3 gearboxes, so they will fit in this as well. So anything that fits in a sort of AK style platform, very, very cool. So anyone that's just joining us, I'll quickly go over the things that I covered at the start. So I was saying 14mm counterclockwise thread on the front. Racking the charging handle back finds a very, very large, easy to access rotary style hop. Magazine controls at the back. Roll it forward, very similar to an AK. 500 round high capacity magazine that simply rolls into place nice and easy. Safe, semi and full auto on the left hand side. There are a few other controls on here that are just for show. The bolt hold open and the release at the back are just for show, but they are spring loaded, so it's very easy to control them. Pressing down the stock at the back just clicks off. You'll find your mini Tamiya connector and a battery compartment. So this is rear wired, making it much easier than the older ones that were front wired and having to take the stock off at the front end off all the time to try and fit a battery in a very small space. They have put the battery in the back of this. And with it being a version 3 gearbox, there are a plethora of bits that you can do to this afterwards, whether or not it be a gear tighten, gears, gearboxes, CNC gearboxes. There's loads of stuff that you can do to this in the future and turn it into an absolute machine. But that is the JG LK58. Very, very cool. It's a little bit different to sort of the standard things you see on the field, like just a standard M4 or anything like that. Has a little bit of character and quirk to it. It's got that retro feel to it, and it's got the heritage of the SLR, the FAL, and everything like that. But it's not stupidly long or anything like that restricts you if you want to play indoors, outdoors. I've seen plenty of people enjoy using SLRs inside, but it's not the most ergonomic of things, so this is just something slightly different for something of a quirky loadout. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you learned something. It's always good to talk to you. I love to see all the questions coming in. It's a lot of fun chatting to you. But if that's everything for today, we'll be back at 4 p.m. tomorrow, hopefully with a few less technical difficulties, but hopefully we'll see you then. Anything you want us to talk about, drop us a message on Instagram. We'll throw it to the top of the list and make sure it ends up on a live stream very, very soon. But if that's everything, I'll see you in a bit.